I'm sorry, I think my net was, I don't know, I got disconnected suddenly. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, we can hear you and you can proceed, ma'am. Recording have already started. You can proceed.
Yeah, Mr. Ravi.
Yeah, please go on.
So that's what. So people must realize we as a medium, we have to understand, we have to make people realize that it is we are just impregnating the technology. It may lead to mutations now. It can, instead of socialization, it can lead to the mutations, which will be a new other factor. Now, at least post the pandemic has created as an eye opener for all of us that we must right now the time to change. We have to bring that change in our lives now, because we don't know, this pandemic is not the first thing. It is not going to be the last uncertainty in our life now. Our children are going to see lots of uncertainties, lots of transformations. So how can they overcome? Have you ever realized that how can we overcome with this with our children? How can we teach this socialization? We are leaving them. We are also busy with our life. But we have to think out that the first priority is transfer of values, transfer of ethics, which is the main purpose of socialization. A person is going in the lift, he wants to open the door, the old man, a small child, he doesn't know that he is old, yeah, he is opening, let him open. But a small lift helping him by opening the door, just to develop a bond between a person to person. A smile develops a bond between a person to person. These values are required. You go to somebody's house, the children are sitting with the phone and just playing. They don't even look at you, they smile at you. They don't even wait that you are coming. What should I do? How should I serve? What should I do for them? Because it's what we do, the same we get. The bounce back, Newton's third law. For every action, there is equal and opposite reaction. So let's work on that. Let's work on building a healthy society. A healthy society by mutual combination of technology. We must thank technology that in this crisis, it is really helping us connecting and solving our problems. I can say solving our problems. It should not take out the role. It should not take out the role of human machine. It should not take out that. Yes, it has to lending help, nothing more than that. Keep it as a substitute only. Don't give a complete role. Otherwise, the purpose of our life will go waste. Why are we working? Why are you studying? To work. When you work, for why you are working? For job. And a good job, a promotion. Why again job? For happiness. Happiness is the final outcome. And where is that happiness? Just go and think in your mind, sit for a while at the end of the day, how much happy you were the whole day. Whole day, how much happiness did you had? Only sitting with the phone and taking ultraviolet, invisible, infrared radiations inside our body, leading to cancer diseases in future? We are making our children directly to activate the free radicals inside their body by absorbing these radiations. Do we have that radiations when we were children? No. We should be very thankful for that. But our children, they are having, even the food that they are eating, microwave, everything radiations, phone, computer, everything radiations. Don't you feel pity for them? Let's take them to the fresh air. Let them feel that there is something beyond technology, that is socialization. Let this culture, let us build up this culture. There is nothing wrong, nothing late, no more late. Whistle is not yet blown. And don't think that if only I do, what is going to work out? No. A small drop of water one day becomes a bucket full. One day becomes a bucket full. Don't expect any return. Just work. We don't know what words, what are the values that you have taught, which one will work out, and which one will bring the transformation. Don't expect for any return without expecting any return, just to be transparent and work for bringing the integration of socialization and technology in our life. Thank you so much. I think I have taken a lot of time. And thank you so much. I hope we all will take a oath that at least from today, we will bring that happiness factor in our life, in our society. Whoever we meet, we respect them, keeping the technology aside, just a substitute, nothing more than that. The role is, technology role is substitute of our life, not the whole life. Even though the holograms which are going to take place, the role of us in future, they cannot bring the values, they cannot bring the happiness quotient. The world is going in a future in a danger zone. Those are danger zone. We need to help it now. We need to hold the society by bringing that smile factor in our life. Thank you so much. Thank you for this opportunity, Ravi. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Your live example made us relive our childhood days for a few moments. Thank you for that. And you rightly said that your happiness is the ultimate goal. So everything is available at the touch of a button, but somewhere we are compromising on the values and our culture. So let's do our bit and contribute to a happy society. Thank you so much, ma'am. We had a pleasure having you on board with us.
Again, it closed. I don't know.
Yeah, next speaker for the day is Dr. Shawlee Mukherjee. We welcome you, ma'am. With a purposeful career in education spanning over more than 20 years, Dr. Shawlee Mukherjee has dedicated her life towards promotion of child-centric and activity-oriented education. A passionate educationist and a thought leader with a background of setting up and leading new age K-12 schools, Dr. Mukherjee had been the founder principal of Adamas World School and STEM World School, the first STEM school in West Bengal. Under her inspiring leadership, STEM World School had been ranked and awarded as the second best international day school in West Bengal by Education World. Dr. Mukherjee ardently believes that the purpose of meaningful education is to develop lifelong learners, creative thinkers, and responsible global citizens who are confidently equipped to face the challenges of an uncertain and constantly unfolding future. All through her career in education, Dr. Mukherjee had actively contributed and spearheaded the process of creating a personalized, engaging, and stress free curriculum for children of all age groups. She has been the recipient of numerous awards and accolades, including National Quality Excellence Award, Gem of India Award, Fearless ABP Pratibha Swikriti Award, Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan Award, Gurupnishad Samman, National Education Leadership Award in the category of Commitment to Excellence in Education, World Peace Award, to name a few. She is associated with premier educational organizations across India and abroad in senior advisor capacity. She is currently working as the Director of School of Education and Dean of Students Affairs at Adamas University, Kolkata. Let's welcome Dr. Shawlee Mukherjee to share her thoughts. Over to you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you so much for the wonderful and the warm introduction. Wishing all of you a great evening. And I'm extremely delighted to be on this platform today. So since the topic of today's discussion is technical world versus socialization, so myself being an academician, let me share my insights on the same from the perspective of education, as we have seen it being significantly disrupted during the present pandemic times, as well as the future of education in the increasingly automated and digitized world of the 21st century. So, it is undoubtedly a fact that the 21st century world is a VUCA world, and that is, it is a volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous world where we are faced with unique and unheard of challenges almost on a daily basis. Now, since the turn of the century, the chaotic, turbulent, and rapidly changing environment in which we live have become the new normal for all of us. Exploding technological developments, dramatic demographic growth, immigration, ecological disasters, geographical trends, they have all disrupted our lives at an ever increasing pace and breadth. These circumstances, accelerated by the global pandemic, have caused major breakdown in almost all organizations, definitely including education and higher education. As we see the four important components of Vuca, that is volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity, interact with each other in chaotic and sometimes in a very, very conflicting manner. Now, in the months since the world has been embroiled in a global pandemic, there has been considerable debates as well as discussions about how education should both cope with its immediate threat while also considering pivots towards which new models and innovations will be evolved in the future. Now, thanks to the COVID times, actually, which had caused major disruptions to our traditional thought patterns concerning education, and on the positive note, had actually compelled us, all of us, to think out of the box and embrace considerable flexibility and adaptability and devise innovative strategies and methods to significantly address the emerging complexities concerning the sphere of education. Now, in this present context, the virtual mode of teaching and learning definitely gains its momentum, considering the essential fact that we are definitely not going back to our traditional forms of education in the post-COVID era. And that education in the broad sense of the term is going to be redefined as well as reimagined in terms of a perfect, well thought out blend of physical as well as digital, which I would like to term as the phygital mode of education. Now, this reimagined mode of education would definitely open new vistas of possibilities and opportunities for both the educators as well as the learners. The learners would definitely evolve into self-motivated and self-directed learners possessing increased ownership and responsibility over their own learning. And in fact, if we want to raise a generation of dynamic and creative problem solvers, who are confidently equipped to address the emerging global complexities of the ever-changing workforce, I think we have to give the learners the independence of any time and anywhere learning. A perfect blend of synchronous and asynchronous modes of learning, which can only be a viable reality when we are ready to wholeheartedly embrace and facilitate a technology and ICT integrated teaching learning ecosystem. So a mindset shift is definitely required. There can be no doubt that in the reimagined and redefined scenario of education, the learners must have both the choice as well as the voice to determine what, where, and how they would want to learn. They would have the freedom to study and complete their assignments from anywhere and at any time. That would better suit their availability and their schedule. They would be able to access their assignments, watch teacher presentations, join student discussions, interactions, quizzes, and other activities, as well as conduct relevant surveys and research, and definitely will be able to get timely and personalized feedbacks, which is only possible through technology-enabled education. With an enhanced virtual interface, it will definitely be possible for the other learners from any part of the world to effectively collaborate and communicate meaningfully. A well thought out virtual learning experience would also allow our young learners more time which they can effectively utilize in pursuing their curiosity, experimenting with new and novel ideas, creating, sharing, and exchanging their meaningful insights and ideas, which is something which is very, very important. And definitely, this would put an effective end towards stigmatizing failures and mistakes and realizing that both are actually essential components of the learning system. Undoubtedly, technology will play a vital role, in fact, a very, very vital role in reimagining the future of education in the 21st century and beyond. Traditional and conventional educational norms force our children to metaphorically color and draw within the lines. That is to comply, to conform, and to compete. Every children is given the same amount of time to learn the same thing in the same manner and preferably on the same day. So no doubt that the children struggle very much to realize their true potential. As against a single teacher teaching the same content to either say 70 or 80 children in one classroom in the same way and on the same day and expecting all the children to learn in the same manner, the technology will definitely, I mean, the effective use of technology or the futuristic education would witness a dynamic shift, a dynamic role of technology in delivering a personalized mode of curriculum, suiting the individual learning need and style of each learner. The interactive screen would undoubtedly replace the outdated and redundant content, and the school will be that choices destination where children would meet to interact and thereby nurture and develop their social and emotional skills. That is, the future of education would be that the IQ will definitely be on the screen, and the EQ and the SQ, that is a social quotient, will be through community engagements and interactions, which the future schools have to systematically devise. Now, this is actually going to be the future of our education in days to come. But having said so, the engaging, the inspiring, and the nurturing role of a human teacher would continue to remain invaluable and irreplaceable. Absolutely no advent of technology would be able to tarnish the human bond between the learner and the teacher, the one trying to learn and the other trying to inspire learning. And in the hands of such inspiring teachers, technology will be the most sophisticated tool to facilitate the wonderful process of a lifelong learning experience. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for taking out your valuable time and sharing your thoughts with us. Thank you again for your contribution. Now, to sum up, I would like to say that both technology and communication form the part of the 21st century skills. Technology is the need of the hour. Like we say, every coin has two sides. Similarly, technology has the positive and the negative impact. So we need to maintain a balance between the use of technology and not allow to take a toll. We need to focus on cultivating values and create a happiness question for our children. Thank you everybody for sparing your valuable time and for being a part of this show. Thank you everybody once again.
Neha, maybe before wrapping up, we can ask the audience if they have any questions from our speakers. Anybody has any questions from our speakers? Any questions from them? Would anybody like to make any comments? You're free to do that. This is your platform to share your ideas. There is a chat box, I think.
Yeah. Very good evening, ma'am. Alka ma'am, and good evening all.
Yes.
This is Anita from Mumbai, and I have just joined yesterday, and today I just happened to come to the session because I really was looking forward to such a wonderful session. And all the speakers, of course, I joined in a little late because I was already in some other meeting. I'd wind up and then come here.
Yeah.
But I really, really enjoyed and I gained a lot of information from this platform today. And I'm highly impressed by all the speakers over here who have wonderfully expressed themselves and explained everything so very crisp and so very beautifully. Thank you all. And it was a beautiful session. Thank you.
That was so wonderfully said. I mean, very encouraging, very, very encouraging, Anita ji. Thank you so much. And welcome to the foundation. Thank you. Anybody else would like to say something? Any comments, any questions from our speakers? We have Mr. Kapoor and we had Dr. Shama and Dr. Shawlee Mukherjee. So any questions from them?
Hello, good evening. It was really a very nice session by Dr. Sanjeev Kapoor sir, Dr. Shama ma'am, as well as Dr. Shawlee ma'am. All three of them have put the technology and its role in education as well as socialization. It was really very nicely woven by all the speakers. We are really very impressed by their thoughts. And it was really a very nice session, very impressive one. And hoping to see few more sessions like this. Thank you.
That's so wonderful. Any other questions, please, before we wrap up? Any other questions from our speakers or any comments that you would like to make? Because this is a topic where we can just go on talking. There's so much to say about socialization and there's so much to say about technology. Maybe if we could just focus a little bit on the behavior, on the kind of impact technology has on behavior. So I would request any one of the speakers to just highlight a little more on that. Technology's impact on our behavior. Dr. Shawlee, would you like to say something about that?
Sure, I would. Let me take a different perspective on the same. Instead of, speaking directly on the behavior that is influenced by technology, I think since today's topic of discussion happens to be a technical world versus socialization, let me bring in a perspective of a parent here. Like in the last 1 year, we have seen a compelling shift to online teaching learning ecosystem, and the children have been extremely, attracted to the gadgets, and we cannot blame them for that, right? Because that happened to be the only way that education could have, be continued in this era. So as an academician, I often get a question from the parents that my child is excessively, addicted, has become addicted towards the gadgets, and what can I do about it? So I often tell them one thing that, children are great mimics. So it doesn't matter what you tell them. What matters is that the kind of behavior and the kind of attitude and the behavior that you project in front of them. So if your child is seeing you constantly on your gadgets, maybe, let me use this term, chatting and scrolling endlessly, being addicted yourself, definitely your children will also mimic the same kind of behavior. On the other hand, if your child sees that you are using technology for a very, very good and purposeful manner, that is, you are trying to feed your body, mind, and soul, you're trying to learn something and develop new skills and habits. So these days we can do meditation, we can do exercise, we can learn a lot of skills by the use of effective technology. So if my child happens to see me doing the same thing, so he or she will also realize that, yes, it is a very, very sophisticated and very useful tool, which I can manage and which I can control rather than being controlled by that particular tool. So I think that is very important.
Thank you.
One question I would just like to raise. Can I?
Yes, yes, please, please.
Thank you so much. Yes, I mean, any of the speaker could answer this. Even I need to, learn something from all of you. See, when we are into n number of groups, and especially when we are associated to n number of communities and organizations, where we are, working on, various aspects. So, on and often there are certain meetings, Zoom meets, and certain updates given by that community or by that organization in the group. So at times what happens is, as what Dr. Shawlee ma'am just said, that, technology has to be used, especially the gadgets have to be used, in a minimal way, right? And that's how, our children also learn the same thing from us. But what happens is, when you are into a number of groups, at times you tend to miss when you use it at a minimal scale. So how do we actually cope up with that? And how do we actually utilize them in a minimal way? At the same time, we do not miss out on many of our, meetings. So what do you suggest on that?
I would just like to say that I think you have got me wrong. I never said that you have to use technology in a minimal manner. I said you have to use it in a productive manner. So there's a vast difference between using it minimally and using it productively. So you have to use it productively. So if you use it productively, it doesn't matter whether you're using it minimally or you are maximizing it. So you have to use it to the productive best. That is what I meant.
Okay,
Miss
so
Anita, Miss Anita, I would like to add up here. What I want to tell you is you have to create prioritization. Prioritization is the most important thing. You know the prioritization matrix? Important, unimportant, can be done again. So make a table. You have to make a prioritization which you can delegate to some others. You have to make a table which is urgent, important, urgent, not important, urgent, but can be delegated to somebody else. Because I can say one more thing, that having in so many groups and getting addicted, we want to read the messages. We have it 24 hours. In 24 hours, 8 hours we are working outside, and we come back to the home, and again our household works, and then kids, children, they are important to us as well. If we are committed to the groups, yes, I can say that's the reason I don't join WhatsApp groups. That's the reason I don't join. To be honest, I don't like, because it is nothing but the addiction. We have to keep ourselves away from addictions. Like drugs, we are getting addicted. The technology means we are addicting it. So prioritization is first, what is your priority? Your family. After you come back, because you are working for who? For your family. Yes, you know what is important for you. Prioritization, keep it in your mind always. That, yes, this is my priority. This group is the one which I'm waiting for the message. Other messages, delete it. No need if you don't, you overlook it. So, but don't look at those messages every time, because you will be addicted and you need to reply because somebody is chatting, you want to reply. By the time we are giving our innocent children's time to somebody else. This is not at all good. As a parent, our children, because we are building their future. By building their future, we are creating a good citizens. If you spend that time where you are chatting with so many groups, good morning, good night, this, that, very nice, congratulations. These things, that congratulations, let us give it to our children. It's so bad. They are missing all these things because we are addicted to all this. This is a new pandemic has given the new addiction now. That is everybody in the meetings and everybody in the groups and all chatting. So because for me, time is money. Every second is money for me. Whatever the time that I spend, I calculate that. So I prefer that as a parents, let us take a role of a good parents to bring a good citizens, to bring values in them. When we are speaking, yes, we are doing meetings, which is really good. Like when I go on speaking in the meetings, my children learn from me. They are becoming good speakers. They They are not scared and they are getting good name in social media. I'm happy that the time that I'm spending, they are learning that. And when I prepare, I discuss with them. How is this quote? See the life, how it is. I discuss with them. So my preparation is also going on, as well as they are also learning. But when you sit with the WhatsApp groups, Facebook groups, and these all, chattings and all, yes, that is really the time of our children we are giving to somebody else. We must go on prioritization. That is very important.
Absolutely, ma'am. I totally agree to you. Thank you for this wonderful input. And it was really very well explained. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So thank you again, though Neha has said something, but I'll just check. Raviji, are you there? Would you like to add something? Raviji, are you there? Okay. Well, I think thank you so much, everybody. It was a pleasure hearing the speakers today. And I think all of us, there are certain things.
Yeah. There was some.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Tell me. Yeah.
Yes, Raviji, please.
नहीं मैम बहुत अच्छा था और I think everybody can understand Hindi. Okay, it was really amazing, and this is speech number 3. Really proud of each and every speaker and organizers. You all are legend. That is what I can say, and we will make it more bigger and bigger in coming days. That is what I'm hoping. We are trying hard from our side to make this foundation to reach every corner of the world as soon as possible.
Absolutely.
Thank you, ma'am. It was amazing worthwhile.
And they do say that, teamwork always leads to dream work. So I think with these words and with everybody's nice thoughts, we have safely tucked away in our computer. So thank you so much once again to everybody. And till we meet again next time over these seat talks, please stay safe, stay happy. And yes, do prioritize and do make judicious use of technology as well as socialization. They should go, everything needs to be done in moderation. I think that is the key takeaway from the session of what our speaker said. So with that, goodbye and take care of yourselves. Stay safe, stay happy. Bye-bye. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Thank you to the host. You can stop. Thank you so much. And
thank you so much, Alka ma'am. Apart from everything, you are always wonderful. Always.
Thank you. Thank you.
My children, even when they are listening, they love the way you speak.
Thank you, Ekta ji. I mean, it's
really well hosted, ma'am.
To everybody's
really
thoughts.
Very well hosted. Yeah.
It's like my phone in the pocket of my apron and my ears plugged at times, or sometimes it's on the microwave and I'm in the kitchen and my children are listening along with me.
How sweet.
Because I'm really fond of listening the way you people speak, because at times we don't have so much of time to spend, as Shama ma'am was also saying. But this platform, this has been a blessing in disguise. Like we have been learning along with doing our work, because we may need to work with our children and we need to pay attention to them also when they are at home. And it's really very helpful. I'm really happy with this online virtual thing. It has helped me grow and meet so many dignitaries all over the world. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. I resonate with Ekta ma'am, because it is during this lockdown since last March, that is 2020 onwards, that I have also connected socially, on various platforms and with various dignitaries. I think, this pandemic has been blessing in disguise. That's what I would say. Thank you, ma'am, and very well hosted, Alka ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I mean, all of you are wonderful, and it's always a delight listening to different views. At times we have an idea, but when we listen to it from someone, it just gets reinforced better that yes, I remembered this, but how did I forget doing it? So the priority bit and, all those things, productive use of technology, I think these are things that we should keep in our minds and just not, let it get, control our lives. We should work in moderation. So, meeting friends, talking to friends, communication, spending time with family, friends, our children. I think everything needs to be done given priority, and we need to make those lists. So thank you so much to everyone, and bye-bye. Take good care of yourselves and do keep smiling, keep learning, keep growing. I think that is what we educators really do, because life is a process of unending learning. We keep on learning, to strive, to seek, to find, and never to yield. So with those words, once again, bye-bye to everyone. Have a lovely evening.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Thank you, Shama. It was really a pleasure, a delight to hear you. Thank you so much.
You were wonderful. Yes. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.